In this video, we're going to find out if I can recover from a nightmarish first lap to bring home some decent driver rating points. Hey guys, and welcome along to another video. If this is your first time here and you like watching all sorts of GT Sport related stuff, subscribe now and click the bell icon so you get notified of every video I upload and you don't miss a thing. Today's video is the next video in our Beginner to Winner series. This series documents my journey of going from a controller with assists to a wheel without any and trying to achieve my ultimate goal of becoming an A+ ranked driver. Make sure you stay tuned to the very end of the video to see where I eventually finish and whether I make any progress. So let's get into it. Being careful here coming down into the first corner. Look at all those dots on the radar there. A little bit of contact there and it's going to give me a 5-second penalty. Thanks a bunch, but never mind, it's a long race, we can get rid of it. We're now up to 6th coming into the Mercedes-Benz arena there, and I'm just going to get absolutely smacked up the arse, spun round, and we're going to be down in last place. Fantastic. So action-packed start, and certainly one that we didn't want, but we're going to use this as we already make up our first 2 places here as people begin to make mistakes. We're going to use this as a case study of how not to lose your head and keep fighting to the bitter end. So because we've obviously lost a bunch of places having started in 9th, we're down in 17th, so we've lost 8 places off the start. We're going to go from what was going to be a one-stop strategy. We're going to overtake another guy there as he gets it wrong, as the guys are 3 wide up ahead. That's not going to work, so they're all going to slow down. How many of these guys can we have? Let's stay away from them. Let's have you. See if we can have the pole as well. Yep, so we're now up to 14, so we're making places. A lot of action, as I was saying, on the first lap, but we're going to go from a one-stopper to a no-stopper. Somebody else goes off there, so another place. We're up to 13, so we're making up places here all the time. But finally, I'm going to have a chance to say it, we're going to get to a no-stop, which means I'm going to have to protect my fuel and keep an eye on that. We've got 9 laps around the Nürburgring today, as you can see, in a one-make race. We're in the McGann Trophy in Group 4. The reason I've decided to go for a no-stopper here is because I know the car has got it in it if I'm careful. So I'm going to be in the slipstream thinking about it pretty much the whole time. So that's going to give me another opportunity to save more fuel. And to be honest, as we're all in one-make cars, this isn't my strongest track. I just don't think I'm going to have it in me to pass too many people unless they make mistakes on track. So a non-stopper then. As you can see, I will start to shift a little bit earlier here, and I'm hoping to just take people if the opportunity arises. If not, I'm just going to take advantage from people coming into the pits. So for the next couple of laps, I'm going to have a look here, but I'm not going to go for it. To be honest, I mainly just pull out so I don't hit them, because I can't see where the braking point is or where my usual braking point is in this view. And as we've seen at other areas like Bathurst, and I've seen other people do, you just hit someone straight up the arse, which is not good for us or them. So I'm going to sit behind these guys for now for at least the next couple of laps and see how much fuel we can save. We're going to rejoin the race here 1 lap later, just coming out the Mercedes-Benz arena here, and we've got 5.9 laps of fuel at the moment, and we're going to need 7 to get to the end of the race. As up ahead, someone else has had an issue. The German here has had a problem, so we're going to take his 12th place. So as I say, we need to find a lap somewhere. So that's going to be key for us to make it all the way to the end. I'm going to be short shifting, but then I've got to balance it with trying to get close enough to stay in this guy's slipstream. Looking up ahead here, the Frenchman goes round, so we're going to pick up another place here. So picking up places all the time. We're in 11th now. So after that disaster in the first couple of corners, we're actually not looking too bad. Consistency again for us is going to be the key. And to be honest, for all of you, if you have a nightmare on that first corner or first lap, don't quit whatever you do, just stay with it, keep your head, think about how best you can make of a bad situation. As we're coming up here towards the final chicane, we're changing up into 6th just to get that little bit extra bit of fuel saving. We're going into 3rd for this corner, and as you can see, the guys are battling up in front and holding themselves up, so we're right back into that slipstream for the all-important start-finish straight. I'm going to get on the power nice and early, and now that I know that I'm in this slipstream, I'm just going to change up earlier. As you can see, I'm changing halfway up the tachometer there and going into 6th really early, just saving as much fuel as possible. Jumping ahead here to the end of the lap, we've done a good job staying in this guy's slipstream. If you have a look at the fuel, we've got 4.6 laps remaining and we've got 5 laps left of the race, so we're about 0.4 off what we currently need. Changing up to 6th early as normal here. I'm going to brake a little bit later and have to go to the left to avoid hitting the Spaniard up the backside, so I lose myself a little bit of time there. Get a little bit eager on the throttle, so a little bit of an oversteer moment there, but nothing major. But this is going to be the lap where we start seeing whether our fuel saving is paying off. Looking at the way that the guys are driving, I'm pretty sure that none of them are going for the no stopper that we are. So we are going to be all good if these guys start coming in and we're going to start flying up the field. Coming out of this corner here, just keeping it nice and tight, being patient with the throttle. These guys, as we come down into a Dunlop curve here, or a Dunlop hairpin as I call it, these guys are going to keep battling. There's plenty of contact, which is all good for us because we're going to be in their slipstream and saving yet more fuel. We're going to sit behind the Spaniard here, coming through the Schumacher S. There's a little bit of contact there and the German's going to end up on the gravel. I'm going to have to go a little bit wide to avoid him, but we're now up into the top 10, changing down into 6th there again, so that we can save every tiny bit of fuel. Every percentage counts. We'll change into 3rd here, and I am actually going to floor the throttle coming down here because I want to make sure that I get a good run and stay in this slipstream down this back straight. As soon as I know I'm in their slipstream and I'm not losing momentum, I will go up into 6th and lay off a little bit. So we're right with them here. Let's see who goes into the pits. So the Brit's going to go in. How much fuel has he got? Jezza there, let's have a look on the left hand side. He's actually got 36 and we've got 44. So to be honest, if he'd just been a bit more careful with his fuel saving, he would have been able to go to the end. One of the leaders here is going to come out. He's obviously on the strategy that we were going to do at the start, which is just balls to the wall, absolutely go for it. But I'm glad he's come out in front of us, to be honest, because he's going to run off into the distance and not really hold us up. But he might, as he attacks the Spaniard, and is that a Frenchman up in front? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Hopefully he'll hold them up as he goes to make the pass. At the end of lap 6 here, a further 2 guys are going to come in the pits. So we're going to actually go from 7th all the way up to 5th. Things are looking quite good, to be honest, considering how badly they were at the start. At the moment, as I cross the line with 3 laps to go, I've got 2.8 laps of fuel remaining. So to be honest, as I look behind us and we're getting pressure, I'm not racing against these guys anymore, I'm just racing against my fuel gauge. So I'm going to go as fast as I can with the fuel I've got. If it means that this guy's going to pass me, then so be it, because I've also got to be considerate of that penalty I've got. There's no point me wasting time trying to keep this guy behind me, as I've got a pretty hefty penalty that I picked up in the contact of turn number 1. Again, down towards the end of the lap here, it looks as if this German guy's in a hurry, so I'm not going to waste any of my time by holding him up. He might come in the pits as I lift off just to let him through there, or he may carry on, and if he carries on that's fine. I'll just sit in his slipstream and save more fuel. A little bit of oversteer there coming out of the chicane, and the German, no wonder he was in a hurry, because he's going to come into the pits there. So we are going to lose 5th, but then we're going to get it straight back. As we cross the line, we're actually perfectly on schedule with the fuel now. We've got 2 laps remaining and 2 laps remaining of fuel. So we are now on the final lap here. Not much happened to show you in the couple of laps previous, but now comes crunch time. We've got to get rid of this penalty. The Frenchman in front there has managed to get rid of his, but we've still got 4.5 seconds to get rid of, so I'm going to get off the racing line, try and get rid of this, get back on it a little bit early, but it looks like we're going to be overtaken here by the German in front. He's got a penalty himself, and I've just got to shake off this final 0.4 of a second, trying to pick out the guy in the checkered flag here. Brake, 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 and we are rolling across the line to pick up 7th place. So considering we started in 9th, that change in strategy really helped us, and I'm really happy with that result. It should help our driver rating. Whilst I was a bit disappointed to not get 6th, we still got 850 points now. We are so close to A. I expect to get it if we keep going in either the next race or the race after. So make sure you are stay tuned for that one, guys. And that is where I'm going to end the video. So all in all, the thought for today is do not give up. Never ever give up. Keep a clear head, think on the fly, because something that could be a disaster early on in the race could actually help you out, and you can still salvage a good result. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button and make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching again, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers.